Welcome to another episode of Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer, and I'm here with my very special guest, Melissa Belzer. She's also my wife, so she may feel obligated to show up here with me. Today we are in Mesa, Arizona at the Mesa Underground in the MAF podcast. Wow, that is a mouthful. Yes. And we are literally underground. And to show my support for the studio, I'm wearing my Menace swag here.
I'm not.
No, you're not.
It's fine.
However, speaking of swag.
Yes. Check this out.
We do have swag. So you that are listening will just have to enjoy listening. And I will describe what we have here. So we have a couple new shirts here that will be on the website. These are both for rule number 15, start the clock. Rule number 15 is not called start the clock though.
No.
But the shirt says start the clock.
Right.
Rule number 15 is actually the 30-minute whine,
right.
Which is why there's a clock with a countdown of 30 minutes.
Yes. On
the back.
So
I flip this over for you people listening at home. It says Dad's Rules, number 15, and then has a little miniature picture of me. Because who does not need a little picture of me in their life? Imagine walking around in your malls, your Walmarts, your Nordstroms.
Exactly.
Out hiking with family and friends, saving the
Walking
world.
the park.
Saving the world.
Saving the world.
And knowing that I've got your back.
Yeah.
I literally have your back. I've got your six.
You have their back. Yep.
I got their six.
Yep.
So these shirts are available on the website, which will be up any day now. I know I said in a prior episode that...
We're working on it. Got some kinks. It's
hey, look,
fine.
I know I said in a prior episode that it would already be up and going. But yeah, you know what? I kind of slacked a little bit and it didn't get launched in time for those podcasts. And so that's like the pro and con of recording a bunch of these is you're trying to anticipate when things will be happening and it doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah.
And it did not.
No, that's fine.
But it's fine.
We promise.
Yeah, there'll be tons of swag. There's already...
Just keep checking.
Yeah, there's like 30-some pieces already designed up there. They come in all kinds of different colors. There's going to be shoes, hats, shirts, hoodies, beanies.
It's because we kept coming up with stuff. So we're like, oh, let's add that in too. So
right. And the reality is that I have to listen to the Menace boys who said done is better than perfect.
Yeah.
Because I can always add more stuff in.
Sure.
I'm already happy with the designs we have on there. And the cool thing is that when you're doing all this and you're ordering samples of stuff, you can find out what needs to be moved around and positioned better for people that are buying it. So that did work out. I think everything but one piece came in great. The one I realized that the lettering was too low. So we shifted that up, saved it, and it'll be good to go on the actual launch. Or something that needed to be shifted,
just a stitch to the one side or the other. So we were trying to fix that. So.
Yep. So all good to go on that.
Yep.
Let's do another deck.
Deckathon time.
Deckathon continues. Today it is an impact deck. This one is also from Best Self. Still not a sponsor. All right, let's get on that. It'd be nice to have some sponsorship money coming in so that we can not live on ramen. You imagine living on ramen again?
No.
I say again because we have lived on ramen before, and it is not good times.
Well, I wouldn't be able to live on ramen. I'd have to live on buttered spaghetti noodles.
Buttered spaghetti noodles. That sounds expensive. We may be able to get you that margarine stuff that's really good for you.
Oh no, I'd rather eat butter.
Margarine, one molecule from plastic.
I haven't eaten margarine since we moved. Not long. We started butter really early on. Not be curious. We started butter really early on. Maybe right away we were like, no, we're not doing margarine. We just went to butter, and we've been butter since.
Yeah, once we had enough crock pot containers for leftovers, we stopped eating margarine.
Maybe. I don't know. It was like... And yeah, I only eat real potatoes too. I don't eat boxed potatoes. So I'm not knocking boxed potatoes, but
I'm assuming those are real potatoes, just pulverized and dried.
They're like, there's one brand that's like,
I don't know.
Fine, but I don't need
just
them.
Just not going there. Just grab a potato.
Just get a potato.
Like potatoes are so expensive or something.
I don't know.
Don't you get like a 10-pound bag for like $3 or something? I don't know. That's a lot of potatoes.
I don't know.
That's a lot of potatoes.
Yeah, that's good.
Next deck.
Okay.
Impact deck. Again, Best Self deck. Still not a sponsor. Not sure what's up with that. Need to be working on that.
Okay.
This was broken into 3 categories. And as we learned the hard way last time, because we do not read rules.
Sometimes we make our own rules.
There's got to be some irony here because I write books called Dad's Rules. Yeah,
I hadn't thought of that.
I will
but that's
never
funny.
read rules from a game.
I usually do, but I didn't really think there would be rules. I just figure you just take a card and go.
I figure whoever I'm playing with can just help me out.
Yeah, okay.
Just
Well,
tell me.
that would be me.
So what we have to have here is we have to have a green, a yellow, and a blue card. Because we learned out last time they're all three different. Like a green card is an action card challenging you to expand your comfort zone and get something done. A yellow card, it's like yellow-orange.
Yeah.
A reflection cards inspire emotional well-being by guiding you to explore the way you think or feel. And the blue card, affirmation cards cultivate a growth mindset by reprogramming your beliefs when read out loud.
It's like a sunset.
Yep. So we'll
So we
grab.
got to pick one of each one, and is that what it says?
Yeah,
to
we
do?
would learn that we never should have shuffled these.
Okay, well, that's
Eh,
okay.
live and learn.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
I haven't gone colorblind, so we'll just pick them out.
The blue one was an affirmation card.
Okay.
I'm not sure about this.
I don't know what it says.
You're not supposed to because I've read it yet.
Okay. I can't read it anyway, so.
I'm comfortable expressing my uncomfortable emotions.
I'm
Comfortable expressing my uncomfortable emotions.
So it's a yes or no and what?
No, this is an affirmation card. Affirmation cards cultivate a growth
Oh,
mindset, reprogram
things
your
we tell
beliefs and read out
ourselves.
loud.
Okay.
I'm comfortable expressing my uncomfortable emotions.
I think that's an important one because so many people keep their emotions inside.
Well, it is an affirmation, so an affirmation cannot be true today, but you could be speaking it over time,
Yeah,
and it
that's
can
what I'm saying.
become
The
something that you
that's a
actually do.
self-talk, something you're telling
Yep.
yourself. So that way you can be more comfortable with sharing what makes you uncomfortable. So people can help
yep.
you not be uncomfortable, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable expressing my uncomfortable emotions.
Okay.
That's the first card.
Okay.
Next one, do you want an action or a reflection?
Action.
Action. As I take a drink of water, which looks great on video and sounds really good,
Sounds
weird
ridiculous on
audio.
audio.
You
fine.
said which one? Green?
Which one?
Action.
Action.
Say no to something you don't want to do.
Ugh.
Oh, I did this last night.
Oh yeah.
I still did it though.
Yeah. Well, then you didn't do it.
I did say no to it though.
Okay. Well, but if you say no, then you have to follow it with the action.
So last night, Melissa said, "Can you take the trash cans to the curb?" And I said,
did say
"No." And that's all I said.
Just said no.
Because what is my response now? Is it, I don't believe that if the answer is going to be no, that you have to give an explanation. This is actually a really good learning lesson out there. So I know it was funny what we
It
did
was
last
fun.
night.
It was meant to be
But
funny.
this is actually a really good learning lesson because
Yeah.
a lot of times we'll get ourselves in a bind where we'll say yes and have wanted to say no, or we'll say no but give a huge, long, drawn-out excuse. But what's the excuse matter? Because if the answer is no, then just say no and
Yeah.
move on and just be okay with that. So I said no last night to taking the trash out and then promptly went outside and took the trash out.
Okay. But because the no wasn't a real no, it was a funny no.
Yeah.
That's why.
Because when I said no, I set the phone down and I laughed. And of course, our roommate wanted to know what I was laughing at. And I told him and I said, well, I know that she was wanting me just to take the trash out. So why'd she ask me if I would take the trash out? Because you said, will you take the trash to the curb? Well, if you're going to give me an option, I want the answer to be no.
Because I'm not going to order you to take the trash out. I'm just going to ask you nicely, can you take the trash out? Because here's the thing. Now that that side of the driveway is empty, it's easiest to maneuver the trash cans down that side of the driveway. So I was simply asking when it was a time of facilitation. So, but it was meant to be funny.
It was meant to be funny. And we would not have a problem getting to that side if we did not have half our life in the garage
Yeah, I
at
know.
the moment.
Well, that's
Yeah.
still a project.
Yes, as you'll recall from the, 2 episodes ago, I believe. I believe it would be
think so,
episode
maybe.
51. Episode 51, we talked about how one of our goals this coming year was to purge the crap from our life. Well, a lot of that crap is in the garage. It just needs to be finished purging
Yeah.
on it. So it's just a process on that. See, and I'll give the great excuse of why it's been that way. Well, first, when we put a lot of stuff out there, it was too hot because it was summer. And now it's too cold because
See, I
it's
don't
winter.
think it's too cold. It's just the time right now is we had some things get added that we are adding into our schedule temporarily, and it just has to happen. So it's fine.
Yeah, well, To me personally, it's like last week, and I'm like, oh, it's too cold. I'm not going to go out there and do it. And I had the time to do it.
Oh, I don't care. The cold doesn't bother me. It's just.
I mean, it'd honestly be really quick. It's like Goodwill or garbage. G or G.
There's a lot. There's a lot in
Goodwill
there
or
that probably
garbage,
could
G
do
or
that.
G?
Well, and we still some stuff that we have the stuff we still have a little bit that we are keeping, and we just have enough bins for that. And then once we just do it, it'll be done. So we just have to do it.
Yep, it's a process.
Just have to do it.
Third and final card for today is a orangish yellow card.
We'll go
It
with
is the
sunset
reflection card. In what area of your life are you playing too small? It's a two-part question. What area of your life are you playing too small?
Like downplaying it?
And what area of your life are playing too small, and how can you expand this comfort zone?
Oh, okay. So keeping it close because you don't want it because it's uncomfortable. Is that what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, how it generally works, or how it does work, is that the only way that you can have growth and expansion in your life is you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's true.
As you grow into that, you're going to find out that you're now comfortable in what used to be an uncomfortable world. Make
True.
sense?
Yep.
So now you have to get uncomfortable again to grow yourself yet again. So for a lot of people, it can be monetary. Monetary is the easiest one to explain. So like I remember when we first started working, my initial goal was I want to make $1,000 a week. Now this is going back to early 90s. $50,000 was a lot of money at that time.
Yeah.
Well, we thought it was. Anyway.
Well-
Once we got there, we realized that's not really a lot of money.
Cover a lot.
Right, but that was the first goal. But then when I hit it and figured out how I did that and could keep repeating that, and then it was like, okay, now how do I get from here to 100? And then when I got to 100, it was like, okay, now how do I get from here
I just keep expanding your
to,
income.
the next one? In the business world, you have to figure out comes a point to where you personally can't expand yourself anymore because there's only one of you.
Right.
So you got to figure out, well, what pieces do I bring in, or what marketing
Compound it.
do I bring in? Yep. What do I add another leg to my business? Meaning another offshoot. Like you can make money off a podcast, for example. You can make money off of sponsors. Then you can do, like, there's somebody else on there that he sells merchandise as well. So then he makes some money off merchandise.
Yep.
Then he does speaking engagements. So he makes some money off his speaking
Which would be
engagements.
fun, yeah.
So you can get capped out at each area and then have to add another area, and that would be adding legs to
We're
it.
just trying to add baskets. now.
Yep.
And so we're putting the money out to add the baskets and then hoping that that will have a return eventually.
Yeah, I know in my business world where I'm playing too small still has to do in my real estate world, opening it up to having more agents in it. Now I'm in the process of working through all that, but it's just a process. So
Yeah.
that part kind of sucks
Which it
because
would be.
it takes too much time in my world. So that's where I'd say mine was. And how can I expand this comfort zone? I'm already doing it. I'm working with outside consultants that can help add agents in for me,
Which
where
is
they're
good.
doing interviews and stuff like that
Yeah,
to help
that's
me out.
awesome.
Because my issue is I don't have the time to do the initial
Interview process.
the initial
speaking.
interview process, see if they're a right fit or not.
Right. Which I'm glad that you have that because that would just be more time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it blows. But we're about another month out before all that really gets ramped up yet again. So it's a process.
1
It
month.
annoys the
maybe,
crap out of me.
Maybe 2, but likely 1. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So what about you? Dead air.
I'm thinking. No, it's just. Well, for me, it's just. I don't know. Thinking too small. I mean, I've had business ideas in the past, and now I don't know if they'll work. So really, me, it's just maybe taking those and seeing if that could work now, and kind of pushing that forward. But I feel like I'm on a pause, which is fine. I need to be on a pause on this stuff because I've just got a couple months of the time frame that I'm adding in at the moment. And then when I don't have that I'm making, it's not an obligation, I'm making that a priority right now so I can do that as much as possible over the next 2 months. It's employment. Do that as much as possible over the next 2 months just because they need it and I'm willing to help. And so my focus has to stall for the time being. But I've had ideas where I've had a business idea in the past, and I've kind of been rolling that over, going, "Gal, it's still sitting there. Can this be something that works?" And I don't know if it will. So me, it's just deciding whether I have something or whether I should just let it go and get it off my brain. So, can I have something where I'm got my own thing too. So that way we can really get ourselves forward, because we always have big goals. And so we are always very proactive in trying to make those happen.
Yeah, I was listening back to episode 51 today where I was breaking down all the things I wanted to do over the next year. And there could come that moment to where like almost panic almost sets in because you're like, how are you going to get it all done?
Right.
And I have to just realize that I don't have to get it all done in one day. I just need to do a little bit. If I can do let's say that I could do 1% of it a day.
Yeah.
In 100 days, I've achieved whatever that is. So I have to start looking at it from that aspect. Because it's all, when I was sitting back thinking about it after I listened to the podcast today and really diving into it, I was like, okay, I can actually get all this done. I just have to make sure that I'm disciplined on time. Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest thing, is that you got to go, what's a priority in your life? And you know, there does come a time of the day where I'm tapped out and I'm not going to be productive anymore. But what I have to do before that time hits is make sure that I'm being very productive. So like you look at like yesterday, for example, getting up at 5 in the morning, I got so much done before 9 a.m. Yes, I would need a nap in the afternoon, which naps are very underrated. Oh. But I got
that early, they're probably less underrated.
Well, but the cool thing about getting up early that people may take for granted or not even realize if they've never gotten up that early is your phone doesn't ring. There's no important emails to answer. There's nobody to answer to because most of the world's sleeping. Because I was on the road that day before 6 a.m.
Yeah.
There was like no traffic where I was going, which is amazing. And I was like, okay, I'm going to knock this day out, get everything done I want to get done, and move on with my day. And I got everything done, got my workout in, got everything business-wise I had to be knocked out, all taken care of, had an appointment just afternoon, and I was pretty much wrapped up by 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2 o'clock I was done with my day, which was nice. I mean, that was the side benefit of getting up that early. But it's a time management thing. If you can manage your day better, you can actually accomplish all the things you want to do.
That's true.
And you've got to do it to when there's not other people around that are going to take your attention away.
Which makes it hard sometimes because the noisy things I want to do, like just house stuff, I can't do that if everybody's working from home. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, what am I going to do now? So I'll do something that involves laundry or something that noisy.
I found if I put the ear pods in, if I put those in, I can get a lot done because I can just point to the headphones and then they're like, oh, okay. It tends to work. I suggest trying that out.
I wear them a lot during the day.
Yeah, because sometimes that's all you got to do just to get stuff done.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
Hate the show, like the show. Either way, need you to review, share, like, comment. Friends and enemies they all need this show in order to be more kick-ass adults and be kinder to the world in general. So until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know you all can be.